This is Cashflow Alexio. I wanted to take this moment to respond to some people who have seen my videos, and I think there's a lot of tenants who watch these videos as well, and they think that, you know, sometimes big real estate developers come in and do almost no work and just flick their finger, and all of a sudden they increase the rent, and they're the reason why affordability is through the roof in San Diego. And I just don't agree with that. And I'll address it in two parts. One, I mean, I'm standing in a project here that costs me $7,000 a month while it's vacant. That's a lot of risk that I'm taking on. In the meantime, I'm dealing with everything from plumbing leaks to dealing with city inspectors. I just came back from another project. I've had to meet with this inspector 6 times in the last 2 months just to get a pipe pressure test passed. And every time they come up with something new to complain about, so I have to fix it and then put them on the schedule to call them back again. This isn't an easy process. You know, I'm also risking a lot of money. Imagine if an inspector cost me an extra month on this project here. That would cost me an extra $7,000 of my own money that I have to spend on this. Not my rent, not my food, not my family, this project that just gets lost. So this isn't an easy process. We're taking on a lot of risk to make these neighborhoods and properties nicer. And clearly there's a demand for it because tenants are willing to pay a rent that pencils for us to do this kind of work. So that's part one. Part two, the idea that we're the cause of increased rent pricing and affordability in San Diego is just outrageous. We've been complaining about this for years. The problem that we really face here is that the city for a decade now has not allowed for new housing construction to be built in San Diego. We are cornered from the ocean, where we deal with the Coastal Commission anywhere within 2 miles of the beach, and the mountains in the east, which are protected because birds like to land on them every so often. So all of these environmental regulations that we face have prevented housing from being built to meet the demand of our growing society. We've got a growing population in San Diego, and it's been the case for years. Sandag has reported time and time again that we're 7,000 units behind schedule every single year in San Diego to keep up with the growing demand for housing. San Diego State, where I am right now, is increasing their admittance by between 2,000 and 5,000 students per year until 2030, where their plan is to be approaching 50,000 in admittance. So 2,000 new students means they need 2,000 extra bedrooms per year just to house those people. Where are they going to go? We're already 7,000 units short in San Diego. I would argue that we're doing a service creating housing for people. Otherwise, if we weren't doing this, then I guarantee you that the housing crisis would only be worse. The housing prices would likely be the same or higher, and you wouldn't have nice appliances. You'd be living in a 1950s remodeled unit that's falling apart with rodents and bugs. At the end of the day, you can't blame the landlords and the people doing renovations for the housing crisis. It all starts with the politicians, and this message is for the tenants. I hope that you support people like me who are making an effort to improve communities, create more housing, and help solve the housing crisis in Southern California. I'd like to hear your thoughts in the comments. Comment below. This is Cashflow Alexio. Let me know what you think.